You know what I think? I think that there should be a new phrase for this. Something like inertia prestige. A thing that we pretend is hot shit, a thing that we pretend we like, just because it used to be prestigious, but it's definitely not today. I mean, think about it, right? Eurovision. Can you tell me the latest great song that you've heard from Eurovision? Like what was the song that won 2 years ago? What happened to the actress that played that song? Where are they now? It's the same thing with the Hugo Awards. It's like, who won the Hugo Awards 2 years ago? What are they doing now? Nobody knows, right? And the reason is that 20 years ago, these things were incredibly prestigious. Like, for instance, The Lord of the Rings, it got an Oscar. And everyone knows The Lord of the Rings now, right? Like, it's a major blockbuster movie of worldwide renown. And so the Oscars were prestigious because they could spot greatness. They actually knew that this movie is so good, it's going to get the Best Motion Picture Award, since generations later, people will still watch it. And now you look at the Oscars and no one cares, but like we pretend that it's still something. We pretend that it's still great. And it's the same with Eurovision. The only time I hear about Eurovision is in the context of some artist managing to win and it looks like a woman that has a beard, or it looks like someone cosplaying as the devil. It's what the Hungarians say, it's a homosexual flotilla. You know, when you first hear that, you're laughing, but then you realize every single time Eurovision comes up in the news is with some queerness attached. And you're thinking, like, what are they doing? Are they promoting queerness or are they promoting music? Because if it's music, like, you should see various other themes, you know, themes that aren't to do with queerness. Like, for instance, Kanye West's new song, right? Insanely popular. Like, people will probably remember it generations later. Oh, I'm sure you don't like it, but you like the other rap songs that are having slurs and they're glorifying murder, death, violence against the police. You know those, right? But Kanye's West, despite the fact that the public resonates with it, you don't want to talk about it. And so you understand that this is not about music anymore. It's about politics. Funnily enough, they actually have a rule that says it's against promoting politics, but they promote identity politics like no tomorrow. It's almost like a requirement. Like, if you want to win, you got to push for identity politics in a music show that shouldn't have politics. And now, ever since the Russian thing, which, again, I don't understand, it's like, sure, you know, you can put economic sanctions on Russia because there's a war happening and there's various geopolitical interests and there's national alliances and whatever, right? So I understand the economic sanctions. But what I don't understand is, like, why are you sanctioning art? Like the whole purpose of things like the Olympics is that, yes, the world has wars, conflicts, monsters, tyrants, but there is this event where we all get together, we put aside our differences, and we embrace humanity. And humanity has competition, right? It was the same with Eurovision. It's like, yes, there are many bad things happening in the world, but we put aside our differences and we participate in this. However, no, now that's not even the mentality anymore. Now the mentality is purely political. We're going to punish individual actors that happen to be born in a country just because we don't like their government's policy. So there's no more shared humanity anymore, right? Like, we're talking about an age of compassion and empathy. There's no, like, getting together. There's no more shared values. It's like, okay, we're all human beings. We can play some music, we can listen to some song. No, it's about but the Israel and the Palestine conflict, the Ukrainians and the Russians. What does that have to do with anything, right? And not to mention, the thing that pisses me off is that it's top-down enforced. Like, if people genuinely, truly disliked Israel, if people genuinely, truly disliked the Russians, wouldn't they vote against their singers? But the governments are so afraid that the people disagree with them that they don't even give that opportunity. And so we're looking at this joke of a music competition, which, to be honest, I don't even know who's watching it anymore. I don't think they even have the ratings. They use this bizarre way of calculating, but I would be surprised if there's like more than 10 million people genuinely watching Eurovision. And so it's utterly bizarre that it's still getting the same prestige. But what really bothers me is that this is coming out of Europeans' taxpayer money. I mean, we constantly hear the excuse, okay, you're paying taxes for the roads and the bridges and the police and the firefighters. But why are we paying taxes for this shit show? I'm not against, paying some taxes, but when the money is being frivolously spent like this, it's a disgrace. And what's also interesting is that every single politician in Europe is saying, oh, well, the budget is doing bad, we need more taxes, we need more. But they never actually talk about how they spend the money. Why is this being paid for? Why is this in the age of 2025 where cable isn't the dominant way people watch entertainment, but social media is? Why can't this be done privately? Like, if there is a demand for an international music competition, why isn't anyone organizing this in private? You can do it with Zoom calls. I mean, we saw it during the pandemic when Eurovision actually had the same shit, right? Like, musicians and other people were singing from their own homes. And you know what? That was actually more wholesome. Yeah, a show that is being done in private where you have musicians from all over the world singing in their own houses, being genuine on camera without any fanfare, without any of the showmanship, just like normal people singing. I would think that would be far more successful than this Eurovision shit. And on top of that, you can vote live, you can have an actual chat, that you can talk with other people while listening to the music. That would probably revitalize the music industry. That would probably get people invent different music styles and figure out new ways to be creative. And it would add more than this shit, which is how many critics are accurately calling it global homo nonsense. Everything is homogeneity. Everything has to be the same. And I talked about this in a previous video. Actually, I talked about it a lot, but for those of you that didn't know, a couple of years ago, there was this Romanian choir girl, right? I think she was like 17 or 16, had the voice of an angel, managed to win the hearts of the audience, sang beautifully, but unfortunately, the jury wouldn't allow her to move forward because she voted incorrectly on the gay marriage referendum. So it's not about music, it's not about competition, it's about promoting ideology using my taxpayer money. It's a fucking grift. And so when I see this type of shit about, oh, Spanish Prime Minister calls for Israel back, go fuck yourself. Ban the entire Eurovision. Ban the whole thing, not just the Israeli Prime Minister. Ban the Spanish, ban the Germans, ban the French. Everyone should be banned. This competition shouldn't exist unless it's being privatized. Unless they pay for their own stuff. It's not sustainable. People don't watch it. No one fucking watches it, but we carry on with it anyway. Why? Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.